good morning, and welcome to the very first Global Sources live stream in the Sourcing Talk schedule. That's a series of live events featuring suppliers and buyers from around the world discussing the issues that matter to them online. And that's a program that is running from now until early 2021 at the very least. So thank you for joining us. Today is Sourcing Talk with Suppliers. We are going to have three representatives from suppliers, different industries, and talk to them about the topic of what buyers get wrong. So the idea is that we want this to be useful to any kind of sourcing professional around the world, be they newcomers to the profession, be they working for or long term, maybe they work for a SME or an e-commerce firm, or they're buying for a massive retail chain. Whoever you are, we want to ask suppliers the questions that will be useful to you, and also to kind of get their point of view on buyer behavior. So, if you see things from a different perspective, hopefully that will be helpful. Now, of course, the best way for us to know what kind of questions you want us to ask is for you to ask them. So as we're going through the interview segment in particular, if you have any questions that come up, please do put them in the comments. So we have them on the screen here, and we will grab ones that come up and seem relevant and look like our interviewees will have the expertise to answer. And of course, if you're not watching this live, if you're watching this on demand, stick something in the comments anyway, and we will do what we can to put you in touch with people that can answer you. So that's the intro spiel. We'll get to the interviews with our three guests, Amy, Alan, and Winnie, very shortly. But before that, we'd like to give you a preview of another upcoming attraction by inviting two of our analysts from Global Sources Manila office. Oh, not yet? Okay, I'll just tell you that's going to happen then. We're going to have them come on and briefly say hello, and we'll talk about what we're going to discuss later in the stream. So first of all, we're going to say hello to Avi de Cuba, who is in Manila, I think. Good morning, Avi.
Hello, good morning, Tom.
Hi, how are you doing there?
The internet is kind of choppy, but I hope we can pull through later. So fingers crossed.
I hope so too. And
yes.
If we could also add Carlo to the stream. He's also in Manila in an undisclosed location. Good morning, Carlo. Oh, he's also slightly muted. We got audio? Hello, Carlo. We can hear you.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Right. It happens. Yeah. How are you doing? How's the weather in Manila today?
It's a bit cloudy today. Hopefully it's not going to be raining later, because that will cause the internet to slow down.
That's always the bane of our existence on working remotely. So just to give the audience a preview of what we're going to discuss later. Well, let's go to Avi first. What will you be sharing with us at the end of today's live stream?
So hello, Global Sources buyers and suppliers. So I'm going to be sharing the trending products for electronics, lifestyle, and fashion. And also I'm going to mention some of our criteria in choosing the products that make it to the analyst choice.
Interesting, mysterious process by which we stick the AEC logo on things. And how about you, Carlo? I think we're looking at hardware and automotive, that kind of thing. Is that right?
Yes, later on. I'm going to be discussing what's trending in hardware, machinery, and automotives.
Right. Because you've been working on that magazine for, all the time, basically, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Carlo is our machinery guy, and Avi knows about product trends and is deeply involved in all of that. So stay tuned. We will rejoin Carlo and Avi after the interview segment with our supplier guests. So that's coming up in... we're a little hazy on the schedule because it's a live stream, but we think about 30 to 45 minutes from now. Okay, let's kill their feed, and we will be moving on to introduce our very first guest of the interview segment, which is Amy. Is that right?
Hi, Tom.
Hi. Good morning, Amy. How are you doing?
Good morning. Bye.
All right, and so Amy is the sales manager at Changwen Industrial, although I now see you can, all the viewers can see that on her name strap now. So Amy, hey, so where are you calling us from? Where are you right now?
I'm in Xinhui District, Jiangmen City in Guangdong Province in China.
In Changwen City. I don't know that city very well. What's the big tourist attraction in your city?
There is a famous mountain and college for the local mountain or the ceramic. I want to let you know, Jiangmen City is one of the largest stainless steel industry of stainless steel cookware and kitchenware in China.
It's like an industrial hub center thing, right? Okay. And actually, quickly, could you tell us about your company? What you make? I can see a kettle in shop, which I think is suggestive. But can you tell us about the products that your company makes?
Yes, of course. Our company called Changwen Cookware and Kitchenware. Our major product is stainless steel cookware and kitchenware. For example, the kettle. I can show you that. You can see the kettle here. Yes, stainless steel product. The main product is stainless steel.
Understood. All right. Thank you very much. So we're going to have several guests on screen. Hopefully this is going to work. So next I'd like to introduce you, Alan Lee, who is the marketing manager from Huida. Good morning, Alan. How's it going?
Good morning, Tom.
And how are you? Where are you calling us from?
Yeah, I'm from Tecsnn City. Yeah, I'm
okay.
at our daughter office in Huida's showroom.
Yeah, I can see you've got. You're actually in the showroom. Can you give us well? It may be dangerous to move the camera. Can you show us a look at your background?
I can see here are some local rooms back of me. Okay.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, and so I'm guessing that Huida makes bathroom furnishings and equipment. Is that right? What kind of things?
Yes. And,
okay.
Okay, let me have a brief introduction about our company, and we call Huida Sanitary Ware, and we produce almost all the things in your bathroom, such as a toilet, the bathroom furniture, tails, faucet, showers, and bathtub, and so on. Almost all the things in the bathroom, and we located at Tecsnn City near Tianjin and Beijing, very convenient traffic. And from Beijing, it's about half-hour train. It's very, very near.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I regret, I used to live in Beijing, but I regret to say I never did visit Tangshan, which is, I have no excuses. It's so close. But
yeah,
maybe in the future. Yeah, it'd be a good time. All right, and then our third guest that we'd like to introduce, just coming on screen now, is Winnie Xie from GuangZhou Tecsnn, if I've said that correctly. Good morning, Winnie.
Good morning. Hi, Tom. This is Michelle.
Hi, Winnie.
Hi, Michelle.
Michelle, good to meet you. Yeah, we've got a surprise companion from so Winnie and Michelle. Nice to meet you. And where are you calling us from?
Yeah, we are located in GuangZhou, and our company is Tecsnn. We are a phone case company. See, like this.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, we can decorate your phone.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So that's GuangZhou, just pretty close to Hong Kong, especially nowadays with the railway connection. And thank you all for bringing either a background to look at or props to show your products. That's always good.
Our background.
Very nice. So all right, let's crack on with the questions then. So we've got a few questions here that we've prepped a little bit in advance. And also, we hopefully will have some questions for you later from the audience. I can see quite a few comments coming in. Luckily, I have my helpful assistant over here to look through them and choose some. So maybe later we will ask you some of those too. But let's begin with, let's talk about the topic first. So the topic is called "What Buyers Get Wrong," which is arguably a little bit of a mean way to phrase it, because it's like it's accusing buyers of not knowing what they're doing. But we all make mistakes, and hopefully both the buyer and supplier side of a business want to kind of encounter and work through those mistakes together. So that's what we've got you all here for today, is to tell us what that looks like from the supplier side when something goes wrong in what buyers are doing. So the first question for you is, I think it's fair to say newcomers, by which we mean people who have just started, they're maybe making their first one or two buying orders from a supplier. What is a common mistake that you see this kind of newcomer making? And I think let's go to Amy. If we could ask you, what's a common thing you see new buyers get wrong?
In my opinion, for a new customer, I want the buyer to make sure your contact information correct, because sometimes I will contact the buyer directly by email or by the phone. There is 30% the contact information is wrong. When I send an email, I will receive the reject email in 5 minutes because the email address is wrong. And secondly, the phone number, please make sure the phone number is correct. And sometimes I call the buyer directly, but I receive a voice that just says the phone is unavailable. For me, to our opinion, if I can contact the buyer successful, there is 80% I can go the further discussion with the buyer, because our product has competitive price and with for what they want. If I can get through the buyer successfully, I can go further discussion with them. So I think the first thing is to make sure the contact information is correct. That's very important to me.
Yeah, that seems like a very good tip. I'm amazed that people, like 30%, that seems like a lot of people getting that wrong. And presumably they're going to miss out by doing that. I mean, how many times do you try and phone someone or email them? I mean, is it, before you give up, would you try twice or 3 times, or
yes,
what would you say?
I always try twice by email or by phone. I always try twice, but sometimes fail.
Yeah, I mean, you can't spend all day doing it. I'm surprised and shocked by this, but actually, what can I ask Winnie or Alan? Have you encountered this problem yourselves?
Yes, I will answer this from a different view. Sometimes some new customers come to me and just ask for a very low price products. I think this is a problem. I think they need to concern more about the whole cost, which include the after sales service, the stable supply ability, and the one-stop supply ability, and so on. I think those are also the parts of the products and also the parts of the cost. Yeah, I think this is very important.
Yeah, so you feel like maybe the newcomers haven't taken into account the other factors apart from the prices.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Yeah, I can see that, because I guess when you're a beginner, all you can really see is the numbers, and perhaps what would you advise them to do? Is it maybe just to, when the salesperson says actually it's more complicated, I guess they just need to believe you. So yeah, fair enough. And Winnie or Michelle, could we ask you what do newcomers, how do they mess up when they're looking for phone cases?
Yeah, for phone case, if a new customer, I think sometimes if they didn't buy phone case before, maybe we need to communicate or contact with customer tightly. And sometimes we need to make some suggestion because they are not know about our products, such as we do some cross-body phone case. And it's very complicated because have a lot of accessories. Yeah, and some accessories we need to make it by handmade. So when customer have an idea, need to modify this design, and it takes time and take labor cost. But just 1 second, it come true, right? So that's the question. New customer always think, I give you an idea, so you can make it secondly, very, very quickly. Actually, it's not. This is
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so be realistic, perhaps, is the tip there. Okay, well that's what our new buyers then we think of some of their common mistakes, but presumably people learn as they become long-term customers. But is there anything that you have seen more experienced buyers do? Like, what's a kind of mistake that becomes a habit or a failing? So let's go to Alan with that one. Have you found a thing where you have a long-term customer and they just keep doing this kind of same mistake again and again?
For me?
Oh, that's for Alan, sorry.
For me, you mean for the long-term customers?
Yeah, I mean, do they learn from their mistakes, or are there some problems that some people always seem to have?
For the long-term customers, I think they have the big problem with the same problem with some of the new customers, and sometimes they only need to shorten the delivering time. Actually, they need to think a little bit about for the factory's activities.
So do you mean that they need to think more in terms of improving their lead, like giving you more lead time, and then like to shorten the delivery time? Is that like the kind of way they could solve that problem?
Yes, actually, this is the problem. Sometimes the factory need to place orders into production one by one. So sometimes old customers just come to ask, you need to remove some small customers' orders and just put my orders into production. I think this is a problem, because for all the customers, to me, we value them very much. So we treat them at the same level.
Oh, that's good. That's very commendable. Yeah, because I mean, those big buyers would,
Yeah.
At one time they were small and they would not want to be treated that way. You would hope.
Actually, for the small customers and the big customer, we treat them at the same level. Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know. So, Winnie and Michelle, how about you? Have you found some like recurring mistakes that even the long-term customers make?
For the long-term relationship customer, we call the regular customer, right? Sometimes I found three main problem or questions we may met. First, because they are our old customer, sometimes they will have some urgent small order, which is under our MOQ. But they thought, we are your old customer, we normally place big quantity to you, so you need to make same price and the big quantity for this small order. Actually, it's very difficult because small order have more cost for the raw material and the labor cost, right? But the customer always asks to keep same price as a big quantity. Yeah. And
that seems. Oh, go on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
And the second question we met is, our VIP customers, sometimes we think we should be responsible for their end user. Actually, that is not good, not right? Because if you use a phone case, such as this is a liquid phone case, you can see there has a liquid oil in the case. It can move. It has oil inside. But in this phone case field, we have 1%. The oil will leak out. It may destroy your phone case, your real phone. But we just sell this phone case maybe $1 or $2 to our customer, and they sell this case maybe $10 or $20 to their end user, and they decorate their phone. But just the 1% percentage, the customer said, you destroy my phone, so you need to pay back to my phone, maybe $900 for Apple, right? And they asked me to pay this $900. Actually, it's little it's difficult to us because you sell high price, but we sell very, very low price to you. And I told you before you place order, this is the normal question, and it has this percentage of the rate. It cannot be zero. Yeah, this
Fair
is
enough.
yeah.
Okay, and I mean, it sounds to me like the VIP, the regular customers can get a little bit presumptuous, like they assume that you're going to do anything they want. So, can I ask you, Michelle, when you get this kind of demand, when somebody wants a below MOQ order for a crazily low price, how do you deal with that? Do you just have to, like, well, what do you do?
Sometimes if customer or regular customer ask for a low quantity, if it's not very complicated, we will do it for them. Actually, it's very difficult, but for the price, we may be at a little. But we also, we can bear some cost, especially for our friendship, because we have no relationship with them. We cannot just focus on this small order, right? Yeah.
Right. So you are able to meet them a little bit of the way because they are a longer term buyer. But of course, they shouldn't really expect to be able to do it. I mean, how about you, Amy? Does Changwen Industrial, do you also encounter these very demanding regular customers?
Yes, for the in my opinion, the buyer will ask for me. We will offer some additional service to our old customer, the long-term customer, and we will provide free sample or shorten the lead time. But sometimes the long-term customer will ask because they know our price clearly and they want more lower. They want a lower price because in addition to the free sample and shortened lead time, they also ask the lower price. That is difficult to us, I think.
Yeah, so it seems like you all have this shared experience of, I guess probably it seems to me that the buyer is, of course, it's obvious why they want to ask for these things. A shorter delivery time, a lower cost, a smaller order amount just to try out something. But perhaps the takeaway is that you have to understand that you can't kill your factory in order to make a product today, because then tomorrow, who's going to make your next product? Sorry, I've just had a note from our tech team. That Amy has to drop out. There's a bit of a problem with her video feed. We'll try and get her back in as soon as we can. But in the meantime, we'll proceed with just Alan, Winnie, and Michelle. So sorry about that. If you were tuning in especially to see Amy and Changwen, then sorry about that. She will be back very shortly, we hope. But yeah, let's move on to, well, actually, this third question on my list seems like it's quite related to the theme we've already discussed, which is this. And I'm going to ask Winnie and Michelle this one first, which is, what's some good advice that either you or other people often give to buyers, but which they ignore and don't do? So, Michelle, maybe I can give that to you.
For the suggestion, first from the art, because we are more professional than customer. Sometimes we may make some suggestion to customer. Your idea is not suitable for this change, such as I show you an example.
Sure.
For this airport cover, can you see this? This is first is a PC case and a coating by gold, right? And then cover by the black PU, and with the shape. And the customer may think, okay, I need to change the coating to silver, right? I want silver and change the black color to maybe orange color or something else. And our master will change the oil color. But I find that the coating may have problem because oil will drop down.
Yeah.
And we can't cover the PU tightly. It will drop very easily. Maybe it's because of the color changing, but the customer may think it's very easy, just change color. Why you cannot do that? So this is a suggestion we want to explain to customer. Sometimes our suggestion may have reason. You can know that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
And the second one, sometimes we will share some new trends, new product with customer. And we for our phone case, we suggest customer to that if you have some new model come out, such as the iPhone 12, right? iPhone 12 come out, right? And we heard the news maybe launched in October or September, whatever, but we got the news. So we will suggest our customer to place the iPhone 12 models maybe in June or July, at least 3 months in advance, because we need to produce the bulk, and you need shipping by the sea. Then you can get the product and load in your shop, right? This needs at least 3 months. But sometimes customer will not listen to.
Did they just wait and leave it too late? Okay.
They want to wait the real case. And there is another news that after the iPhone 12 launched, we didn't hear the news that the MagSafe case. Do you know that?
No, what's that?
MagSafe case, which means the iPhone 12 case have the MagSafe function. Your charger, they sell a charger, and they can charge without line.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you can move around with your phone. No need a wireless charger or no need the cable. This is a new function.
Yeah, and you can't wait for it to be launched and then release your product because you'll be months late. Right? So you have to act straight away.
So we can't wait we can't wait that even the products launch out. We need to move in advance, right? So you can have the sales market, which can help our customer get profit and money, right? Because
that's right, because then they can keep ordering things from your factory.
Time is money. If you move fast, you can get more.
Yeah, thank you, Winnie. And well, let's throw that question over to Alan as well. I mean, I imagine that bathrooms are less susceptible than mobile phones to new tech suddenly being launched. But what kind of advice do you find yourself giving to buyers, or do you hear other people giving to buyers that doesn't seem to sink in?
Sometimes we give some advice to new customers or regular customers. We help them to push some new items to them, but sometimes they don't really want to use this kind of new items because they think the regular the items they are selling on the market is best selling now, so they are not willing to open the new market. So what we are trying to do is we research the market and do the development to do some new products for them, just for them to develop to open the new markets. I think this is a problem.
Yeah, I see. Can you give an example? Do you mean, for example, you have like new styles in the decor? Is it that kind of thing?
Yeah. For example, in our industry, we produce toilet and something in the bathroom. This is not. It's different with other industries. We are not upgrade very fast our products. So for our old customers, for example, the toilets, they're in their markets, they sell for so many years. So they just place order for these items because they know this one sells well. But when we have new things, we push to them. They don't very will to get to use them because they think this need time to open the new market and need a lot of investment or something. So they don't want to put this kind of new items.
Yeah, I can see in a relatively infrequently bought product type, you could see why people are cautious. But yeah, of course, you're right that if you don't ever change your product lineup, then one day you're going to look around and realize that you're selling products from 50 years ago that nobody wants anymore. So and that's a good tip. I mean, what I'm hearing from both the kind of mobile phone cases here and bathroom supplies is that your suppliers, if you're talking with your suppliers, they're doing other things and doing research and planning ahead. And they're not just doing it for their own benefit, they're doing it to help you kind of keep developing what you're offering to your customers, the end users. And so you should probably make use of that expertise. Of course, I have some self-interest here because my job is also to publish materials about industry trends and different products and things that are going to be popular in a year's time, and so on. More of which later with RV talking about lifestyle, fashion, and electronics, by the way, viewers. But I'm pleased to see that Amy has been able to rejoin our stream. So Amy, while you were away, we were just talking about the question is the idea that you often will give advice to your customers, to buyers, or indeed other people do as well. There's lots of online and offline seminars and courses about how to source effectively, how to place product orders. But a lot of this good advice gets ignored. People hear it, but then they don't do it. Can you give any examples of advice that you've given people, which they often don't listen to?
Okay, of course. To us, our main product is the stainless steel. For example, the stainless steel kettle. You can see the stainless steel. For some people, if asked the price is one for the special requirement. For example, the different color or the different shape, we need time to change our mold and to test the coating. So it will take more time. So for our regular item, I can send the price or the lead time very immediately. But for the new one, for the new design, I need more time to check. So I hope the buyer can understand that and give us more time for the new model.
Right. Yeah, I can imagine this would happen every time as well. So yeah, you send the regular price list. A few weeks later, they have some special idea, and then when you can't reply as quickly. They don't understand why, and you tell them, and then another 2 weeks later, they have another idea, and they've forgotten already. Yes, I mean, obviously, I'm not working in a factory. I definitely have experience with that kind of work request where people forget that not everything is the same. I mean, can you actually, to be a bit specific about your kind of products, if I'm guessing if someone wants the regular price list, you can pretty much send it to them the next day, right? If they have a query, how long does it, like, let's say they want to use a different material for a kettle, a different coating. How long does it take you to find that information? Is it, you can reply to them next week or a few days? How much should they expect to wait longer?
I think the different requirements need different lead time. For example, if we change the coating, we need about 3 days. For if change the button or change the thickness, I need to check our raw material supplier, and maybe I need 1
1 week.
Yes, or if you if you want to change the shape, then I will need to change our mold. That will take more time, about 1 month.
A month, okay.
Yes.
See, that's good to know.
Yes, change the mold. It take many times.
Right. So sort of if it's like a incidental, so if the shape and form stays roughly the same, but the color or coating changes, that's pretty quick. And then materials is longer, and then completely changing the product is the longest as well. Actually, well, can I ask the others? Is that similar to the timeframes you might have if someone has a special order, like a few days, a week, a month? Alan?
Yes, for different items, usually take different lead time. For example, for toilet, and Huida is very, very well known for our toilet. And so our production line are all full production. So if you need to do the sample or something else, maybe need a long time. And for other items, for example, if you want to take a sample for the bathroom furniture, because we have the workers to do the special work for the samples, so the time may be shorter. And sometimes for this kind of samples, we need around 3 or 7 days will be okay.
3 to 7 days, right. And Winnie and Michelle, how about you? Are we looking at a similar kind of, taking the time to find out how long it will take, about a week for material changes and so on?
Sometimes our new product is around a month, and normal products like this, and this is a simple one. Notice 2 weeks. Special design, it always take 7 days to 14 days. Yeah, about 2 weeks.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think if anyone has worked at a large-ish company, they should be able to understand the process as well, right? If you need to find something out, you've got to go and email someone. They have to ask around the office for a little while, get back to you the next day, and so on. So you can probably guesstimate how long all these processes would take anyway. All right, let's go to another question. And I'm going to throw this one to Amy as well, because she's missed out a bit on the questions due to having to relocate. Oh yeah, this is sort of interesting one, I think. They're all interesting. So how about this? Could you tell us about something in your job that everyone thinks is really easy, but in fact is quite difficult?
Yes. For example, some whatever the new customer or the long-term customer, they will ask the store item. They think we will have existing the item. For example, the store one. They think we will have 1,000 or 500 door here, but actually we don't have, because our item is just for our coating, the material, one or two is special clients, not for everyone. So we don't have any stock. So when some customer ask the stock item, I can say we don't have any item. We need to produce the new one. The second question is some buyer will ask the price list for our product, because we are stainless steel, cookware, and kitchenware. We have many kettle and many. So we don't have the price list, because the material and the color will affect the price. So be honest, I cannot provide the price list in one time. So I hope the buyer can understand us. That's all.
Yeah, right. So what they think is easy is they think you just have all this stuff lying around ready to send them at any time. Yeah, I can see how that would be a little frustrating. Sorry, yeah, so we have some comments coming in, which Bruce would like to share. So from Mohammed Ukone, I think building an exclusive relationship with selected customers to beta test a new product can make its introduction to the market easier. Yeah, that is an interesting comment. I don't know what industry Mamadou is in. Although actually, since we're speaking to Amy, is that something that your company has tried or would do, like kind of trying out a new product by sharing it just with selected customers? So that question is to Amy.
How about this question?
Oh, hello, Alan. Yeah, sorry, just went. Go on.
For example, for China market, so for China factories, most of the factories will do OEM brand for our customers, but so this kind of work is very hard to tell them what we want to do, and they do as we decide. So the comments are that they need to have an exclusive relationship. I think it is a better way to solve this problem, because if we do the exclusive, for example, this customer do our own brand, so we have a very close relationship with each other. So they can do what we want, and we can do what we want. So this is a very good relationship. And for SI side, at this situation, our new items is easy to push on this market.
Understood. And that I guess has to be quite a long-term relationship where you've kind of trust each other a lot already, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And Winnie and Michelle, do you have a similar thing where you're kind of your newest, brightest ideas go to selected customers?
I think we need to make some background research of the customer. If the customer is good or big enough, we can make the exclusive new product for them, such as we have this product. This kind of product, we made a lot of design every year for our one Sweden customer, and we signed a contract with them. We only offer this kind of new product to you in whole the Sweden country. We will not sell this kind of design or idea to other distributor or wholesaler in Sweden. This help our customer focus on the market. And actually, this customer is our very, very VIP customer. And every year, they maybe place, how to say, maybe $100 million to us. Yeah.
That's a lot of dollars. Yeah, I can see why they're the very VIP customer.
Yeah. So we do this, and it works for both of us. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So are we going to go to? I think we have another question from the comments. I'm just looking off camera to our producer. That's a little unprofessional. Sorry. Okay, let's see. So for a new buyer that has a limited budget for a new product, our company is able to be flexible in terms of MOQ. That's from Martin B. I think we've sort of talked about this question a bit before, or we've edged around it. So I guess what Martin's saying is, if you've got a new customer coming in and they can't meet your normal MOQ, well, how would you deal with it? Alan, let's ask you, are you sort of, can you be forgiving and flexible for a new customer if you think they're going to work out?
Usually for the MOQ for the new item, we have a solution. If you want to push this new item to a new customer, when they place the regular orders to us, we just we can send them a new item to try the market, and so I think it's easy for them. MOQs.
Great. And Winnie and Michelle, of course, the volumes in mobile accessories are a little bit higher. How do you deal with a new buyer that really needs to get a lower order quantity than you would normally like?
In our company, everything can be discussed. Normally, our MOQ is 300 one models or one card, but if you cannot pay for the 300 piece, you can make at least 100 or we can discuss for this, yes, but the cost will be higher than the MOQs, yes.
Per unit, yeah, of course. So, yeah, so I suppose to sort of answer your question as well, then Martin B, what we're hearing is that even if the MOQ is higher than you want, don't be too discouraged. It's probably worth a shot sending a message to that supplier, whether by email or quick plug directly via globalsources.com, which is, even if you can't make that MOQ, if you're pretty sure, especially that this is the product that you want to get, then it's always worth asking. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They'll just send you an email saying, sorry, we can't. But in fact, I think most manufacturers are pretty interested in getting new customers, and so that they'll always want to get you on board. Hi, Amy, again. I don't know if you heard the question there, but we were talking about if you get a new buyer who can't meet your normal MOQ, what do you do?
About the MOQ?
Yeah, if someone is like a first-time customer and they say, I want to order this product, but I can't get as many as the MOQ would be, are you able to help them out?
To our product, our MOQ always, for example, take this 1,000 pieces. If lower than the MOQ, we may suggest to combine the order with the other client. Then the new buyer for the low MOQ, they can combine. I suggest they accept the existing color, the existing shape, because we are producing the mass production for this item. So the other low MOQ can share the order.
Right, and you can sort of matchmake them you'll tell them we have someone else who's. So that's the solution that's so simple. I now feel silly for not having thought of it before, but that's excellent. So yeah, that's another question that you could ask. Speaking of other questions, what else do we have in the comments? Hearing Shadia, who I'm sure I've just mangled your name, sorry about that. How do you identify a good buyer? Yeah, obviously you receive a lot of inquiries. How do you know? I suppose the other part of the question is how do you spot a bad buyer? But yeah, what tells you that someone's going to be a good buyer, a good customer? Let's go to Winnie and Michelle first with that. How do you spot a good buyer?
First, we will do some research by Google from customers' website, or if how many people or how many workers they have, and which country and which province their office located. And if the company is big, maybe they have stock. I can get the stock report and get some results. And secondly, I will talk and communicate with the customer directly. Maybe you can ask, what about your sales market and the percentage you may have for this kind of product, and how much the sales data per year in your country. Yeah.
Right.
And also, if we become we cooperate with each other, we may ask the customer, can you share me with the result that how many percentage our products sales in your country? Maybe you have a lot of supplier and you import from China or other country for this kind of product, and I'm the one of them. So can you share me how much the percentage of it. I am. So maybe because I know the sales data you placed to me, so I can count out what's the
Right.
sales you get. Yeah, yeah.
Right. That's interesting. So basically, everything the buyers do to you, like checking your websites and researching, also gets done to them. That's good to know. Alan, do you do something similar? Do you check out the buyers when they contact you?
Yes, I saw. Usually for good buyers, they not only concerned about the low price, they also concerned about the scale of the factory and the supply ability for the certifications, some of the test report, and even some of the big customers, they need company to do the social responsibility works.
Yeah. So yeah, they have a deeper perspective on it. Amy, I'm going to slightly cut you off on this question because we have a follow-up from about your shared shipping, which I'd like to do before I forget, which is Mamadou. Yeah, he asks, if you do a shared MOQ order, as you described before, does that cause any problems with shipping? How do you, like, if presumably they're not going to be in the same destination, does it add to the shipping cost, for example, or what should people be aware of?
Do you mean the destination is different?
Yeah.
That's no problem. We can, for example, we can ship the 40 high Q to one destination and less than the container to another destination. That's no problem to us.
Yeah. Does it increase the cost of the shipping at all, or not really?
Yes, it will increase a little bit. I will check with the shipping company to calculation the cost. It will be a little different.
Sure. Okay, good to know. So there you go. That's the answer to your question, Mamadou, is that, yeah, it is a little bit of a problem, but not really. So that is good to know. Do we have time for one more question or not? One more, go on. Okay, so we'll see if we have one more from the comments. Robert Burleson, I'm related to these guests, but would like to hear how to avoid deceptive or fraudulent sellers. So all right, well, so how to avoid deceptive or fraudulent sellers? Could you please address this issue? So I suppose the way to ask this from our guests is, obviously you are pretty long established and reliable suppliers. So how is it that buyers know that? What is it that they can look at in your company and know that you're legit? Actually, I think Michelle's answer about just doing the Googling, that's got to be part of it, right? It's, see if they have, check out the website, see if it looks legitimate. But yeah, how do you prove to buyers that you are reliable? Let's go to Alan first with that. How do you convince buyers that you're not going to cheat them?
Firstly, usually some customer want to know more about us. We will invite him to visit our factory. When they see the factory, they will know we are trusted. And the second way, usually we will tell them which big customer in their market we are cooperate now. Yeah. So they will know we have the ability to supply them.
Right, that makes sense. What about for you, Amy? Do you also do a factory showing off tour? How do you convince people that you can be reliable?
Yes, I agree with Alan, and in addition to that, I suggest they go to our website to check. You can check our product and our company profile in the website, or go to Global Source to check our reliable. Yes.
Excellent. Yes, thank you for slipping in the Global Sources promo. Winnie and Michelle, I imagine it's similar for you.
Yeah, it is similar. Yeah. I think first we will make ask customer to visit our website too, and I can also show a video introduction to them, have a brief idea of our company, and secondly, I will ask what he is concerning about our company. If he is brand company and he concerned about the environmental. I will show them we have some certificate, and we cooperate with Disney, and we pass some audit and have some certificate to prove that we have the certificate, and other brand customer already believe us. Or
Yeah.
So that's
fantastic. Yes, references go a long way. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. Unfortunately, although it's been a lovely chat, we do have to wrap it up here. But let's before we go, let's quickly tell the audience how they could, if they want to get in touch with you, how can they do that? Well, Michelle, how do people find GuangZhou Tecsnn online? How do they contact you?
Sorry, do you mean how they can contact with me?
Yeah, well, with the company, rather than you personally, I think.
Okay. Customer can contact with us by Alibaba or by global source, and also can by website. Then we will have special sales via service and follow their case. That's
excellent. Yeah. All right, thanks. Amy, how about you? The website and globalsources.com as usual, I guess.
Yes, we have a website, our own website, and website in Alibaba and in Global Source. You can type Changwen, Changwen, Changwen. Remember us, we are Changwen Cookware and Kitchenware. You can see us everywhere.
All right, nice. And Alan, how can people find Huida?
You can find us from Global Source and just search Huida Sanitary Ware, or you can just Google Huida Sanitary Ware, and anywhere you can find us. Or email me at support, support at huidagroups.com. support@huidagroups.com.
All right, thank you very much. Alan has just dangerously opened himself up to a flood of email, but it's his choice, and he made it. So thank you all so much, Alan, Amy, Winnie, and Michelle, for joining me here today. Some really fascinating insights. I've been looking at the comments coming in; they're all very complimentary. Thank you for addressing these questions. One just says excellent and has some clapping emojis. Everyone seems pretty pleased with what they've learned here today. So thank you very much, and hopefully speak sometime in the future. Goodbye for now.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so there we go. I'm killing the feeds. All right, so thus concludes the supplier interview segment, but stay tuned, because in just a few moments, if they've got their cameras turned on, we will be joined by Avi and Carlo from our Manila office. They are two of our analysts and writers who work on the magazines and web content for globalsources.com, where they track trends, find the analyst choice products, the recommended products that you can source in all different kinds of verticals. And so we'll be chatting to them very briefly. I just want to say, before we move on to that segment, if you want to look up any of those guests that we were speaking to before, or indeed there are many rivals and competitors in their respective industries, you can go to globalsources.com and search by product or supplier there, and you can contact the suppliers directly from their, each one has a sort of little company page featuring loads of their products, and you can contact them directly through the website and ask for, with RFQs, RFIs, and or just a simple message to break the ice, which is always worth doing. So are we ready to go with Carlo and Avi? Okay, let's get them on screen.
Hello.
There's Avi. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for waiting through the interview segment. Hi, Carlo. How you doing?
Hello. Is my audio coming in all right?
Yeah, your audio is good this time. Yeah. All right. So thanks for joining me here. So let's talk about, let's talk about what you guys have been doing at work. So maybe not that interesting for you, but hopefully for the viewers. I think let's go with Avi first. You are always working on the latest kind of product trends and recommended products. I think that's fair to say. In what are we looking at? Electronics, lifestyle, and fashion.
Fashion, yes, those three.
Okay. So what have you got for us today?
I actually do have a couple of slides. Is it okay for me to share it? Like, how does this work?
Can you pop Harvey's slides on screen? This is exciting. We've never done this before on the live stream. Let's see what happens.
Let's see. Can you guys see it? Please do let me know if it's showing. I hope it is.
Not yet. Can you hit the share screen button at the bottom? It's like, looks like a little TV.
Did.
Okay.
I did. It's already.
And then select the. Okay, I'm getting a shaking head off screen. Okay, paint us a word picture instead. I think it's gonna have to be.
Okay. Let's see. And can you guys see it now? I'm finger crossing that it's here.
Yes, it's loading. I can see it loading.
Please load. You can do it, StreamYard.
Go on.
I believe in you, StreamYard. I already see it on my screen, but is it blank over there?
It's blank now. I think it's got a bit of lag. Is that working?
Nothing?
It's not really showing yet.
This is the. Oh, wait. Here's something. Trending products. Yeah, I can see it. Lovely.
You guys see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now do you see it? Yes.
No, it's kind of like I think. Yeah, there's a bit of delay every time you kind of switch to full screen or something. It changes a bit. So don't worry. I think it will be. I think it will be on screen any second now. Can you give us a quick overview while we wait for it to load of what we're going to see?
So I'm going to be discussing the top 5 products, each in electronics, lifestyle, and fashion, so that our buyers out there will know what to source, so they know what consumers are eyeing, especially now that the pandemic happened. So there has been a lot of lifestyle changes. So I will mention these popular products right now.
All right, and just to quickly unpack, I think electronics and fashion speak for themselves. What kind of products are included in lifestyle? Oh, we're getting a comment saying don't make it full screen. Apparently that breaks.
Really?
The sharing.
Thank you for the tip. Okay, I already escaped.
Okay.
Now my computer.
Sorry, viewers, that wasn't in the help file, or if it was, we didn't read it.
Okay, so
is it back to? Okay, yeah, we'll just do normal size. Okay, you're good to go, I think.
Now?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, so here are the trending products in electronics, lifestyle, and fashion. So first, let's go to electronics. So as you guys know, remote work is becoming the norm. So a lot of people are building their work from home setup. So it's really popular in global sources. It's actually one of the top 20 in consumer electronics. The seats, a lot of people are buying gaming seats, ergonomic seats, because you guys need a cool and comfortable chair because you guys work like whole day. So you guys need that. And computer peripherals are a thing. Wireless keyboards, mice, wireless headsets, Bluetooth headphones, and also mobile accessories like, wireless earbuds. And students are also doing online classes, so tablets are also becoming popular again.
Okay.
And the next, tech wearables. Because gyms are closed, people are adapting the healthy lifestyle inside their houses, so they're working out at home. So they buy smartwatches, smart bracelets, GPS tracking watches. They're one of the top 20 products in the mobile electronics section. And also in global sources, we have a lot of innovative wearables. Like there's a pair of earbuds that doubles as a smartwatch. So smartwatch and wireless earbuds in one. So that's multifunctional, and those kinds of products actually make it to the analyst choice because those stuff are quite rare. So that's that. And we also have GPS tracking watches that have the SOS button. So it's ideal for children and seniors. So those products as well make it to the AC choice. And next, video call setup. So of course, Zoom.
Like this.
Yes, like this video setup. So a lot of people are holding meetings not face to face, but video calls. So investing in ring lights, that's becoming the norm right now. And a lot of ring lights and global sources actually have innovative features. Like for instance, some ring lights have RGB function, which means you have a lot of lighting options. It could be warm, blue, or white light, and they could also turn neon pink and blue. So if you guys are into those, our suppliers have a lot of those stuff. And next is, of course, due to the pandemic, our consumers are very much conscious in keeping their gadgets clean. So, UV sterilizers are becoming very, very popular because they sterilize phones and also other gadgets like your power bank, you could put it in. And some of these UV sterilizers actually double as power banks. So, two in one again. So, they're also AC worthy, and uh, our suppliers also offer antibacterial screen protectors and cases. So these products make it to the AC section as well in mobile electronics. And of course, in malls and public places, a lot of people use smart thermometers to check the people's temperature. So these are commonly bought right now. And also oximeters, since they track a person's blood oxygen. So these are the top electronic products.
Okay. Well, good. Okay, what have you got for us in lifestyle?
So moving on to lifestyle, people are focusing on losing weight and getting fit at home. So they're investing in their gym equipment at home. So people are buying yoga kits, weights, all those things. It's really popular right now in the lifestyle section and home and products. And next one, of course, protective gear. So face mask everywhere. So that's
Yeah.
very popular. And several suppliers actually have added face masks as one of their produced products. So we have that a lot in global sources. And aside from protective gear, people are focusing on wellness since they're at home. They want to relax after a stressful work day, even though you're just at home. So people invest in essential oils, sleeping masks as well. They want to relax. So those are popular products as well. And moving on, home products such as, of course, aside from the laptops, the tech, consumers invest in desks. So as you can see, desks, lamps, ergonomic seats, they're being bought a lot by consumers. And because we do Zoom calls, a lot of people are investing in art pieces and wall hangings because they want their Zoom background to look good. So consumers love that right now.
Mm.
And next, since because of the pandemic, we can't really eat out, so people are cooking at home again. So cookware and kitchen countertops are making waves again. And those are the trending lifestyle products.
All right, thanks, Abby. I mean, a through note between electronics and lifestyle there is, of course, the changes due to the COVID pandemic, people being kind of shut in at home. Is it
Yes.
sort of bearing in mind that we were just talking to our supplier guests about, lead times for production measured in months or weeks or months? How sort of safe is it to pile in on if you haven't already got these products in your catalog? Should you be adding them still? Are we sort of at a sustainable peak for a while in face masks, for example?
I think so, because like the pandemic, it's not really gonna go away in like a few months' time. People are still gonna be careful, and there's a thing called the new normal. So even if there are lesser cases, people will still wear face masks and spend as much time possible at home. So people want to keep safe. So I think investing in and sourcing face masks and other antibacterial products will still be really safe in the coming 2 years, probably.
All right. Okay, that's longer than I expected you to say. That's okay. Thank you. So let's then look at fashion, I guess.
Okay, and last but
Yeah.
not the least, it's fashion. So the
Yay.
trending products include skincare treatment products, anti-aging devices, face and eye masks, because people are inventing their spa at home. They just want to do skincare routines at home. It's becoming a thing. So consumers really, really, really like these products right now. Moving on, activewear. Of course, like in connection to our lifestyle product discussions,
Right.
of course, people are building their home gyms. So they need activewear as well. So as you guys can see, leggings and yoga wear are very popular in women. And fabrics and clothes that are moisture wicking and quick dry, they actually make it to the AC section. So these are very popular as of the moment, activewear. And then moving on, there's such a thing called Zoom fashion as well.
Okay.
So a Zoom fashion means that you have a stylish or semi-casual top, and then at the bottom it's usually just shorts, leggings, or sweatpants. So as you can see, someone is just wearing leggings, but then um, for her top, it's quite semi-formal. So that's a thing. Stylish tops are very much available on global sources. And last but not the least, of course, people are investing in antibacterial fabric. So antibacterial socks also are being sought after, and they actually make it to the analyst choice as well because that's trending right now. And other antibacterial clothes and masks, they're also being sought after by our consumers. So yeah, those are the top products.
No, fantastic. Thank you so much, Avi. I think
Ito.
for a quick follow-up question, or maybe a leading question, the audience will now have heard you use the phrase analyst's choice about 25 times, I'm going to estimate.
26. Kidding.
So I mean, the name suggests what it is, but can you tell us how do products get onto the analyst choice list? What are the criteria? Like, is it demand based, or is it just we've got lots of these? How does it work?
So I choose the products in the electronics department, especially in mobile electronics. So some of my criteria include its multifunctionality. So if it's two in one, like a smartwatch and the wireless earbuds, two in one, or a UV sterilizer and a wireless charger at the same time. So consumers can get two in one products at the same time. And also in fashion, I also write fashion. I also base it on the material. For instance, right now, moisture wicking and quick dye fabric are very popular. It's also trendy, and a lot of consumers can benefit to that since they're doing their workouts at home. So in fashion, it's based on the material, and in electronics, it's based on the specifications compared to the other products and also its multifunctionality. So there.
Right. Yeah, that's good. And I also have access to the back end of analyst choice. So I can also say, yeah, the comparison to the rest of the field is also important. One of the reasons you can
Agree.
reject an analyst choice submission is that there's just loads of these around. So it does have to
Yes.
stand out a bit, right?
True.
So okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Avi. Carlo, thanks for waiting around. How are you doing there? You are muted, by the way. Hang on. Can you unmute, Carlo? Oh. There you
Hello.
go. There you are. All right.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going great. I'm a little nervous, but I also have prepared a short presentation
Oh,
here.
okay, cool. Okay, don't make it full screen. We've learned that now.
I'm not sure how to not.
So yeah, you just start sharing, and our tech genius will take care of the rest. Don't laugh. So
There we go.
All
Is that
right,
working?
starting to learn. All right, yeah. Huida hardware, machinery, and electronics. Cool. Wow. Some fun-looking photos here. So, what have you got to share with us?
Okay. For hardware, I think we're looking at a steady demand in power tools due to the trend in do-it-yourself home renovations. So, for instance, we have drills. In the website, we have drills, electric saws, nail guns, and compressors. Because in the middle of the pandemic, it's not really advisable to have a professional come into your home and renovate parts of your home for you. And the tools aside, of course, for hardware we have there will also be a demand in the materials homeowners need to undertake these renovations, such as concrete, steel, wood, tiles, and paint. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And for automotive, we have the current trend going on for electric motorbikes because of the pandemic. All forms of mass transportation is frozen, so consumers are really starting to embrace the technology. And that's just one of the reasons. I think in some countries there are very strict regulation on vehicular emissions because it's causing a lot of pollution. So it's another reason to choose electric motorbikes.
Right. You read a feature article about this recently, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's why you know all about it. Yeah, so I remember that coming across the desk. So there's things like there's legislation about pollution, and also just I think the charging infrastructure has widened in a lot of places in China, the EU, even and the US as well. So before, like if you bought an electric car or motorbike, the chances were you would struggle to charge it a lot of the time. But as that gets easier, people are just it just becomes cheaper to run and more practical to run. So that's definitely a factor. And sorry, that's not me really being informative to Carlo, who wrote this in his feature article anyway. So I'm telling him something he already knows. Okay, what's next, Carlo?
Okay, and let's move on to I'm missing a slide here.
Yeah, hardware. There you go.
Yes, let's talk about the current status of construction machinery amid the lockdowns. I think right now rentals are driving the sales of construction machineries and overall encouraging the faster turnover of old to new equipment, which is always useful to buyers.
So do you mean that like a bigger percentage of the people buying, say, a crane or a digger, they're agencies who are renting out to the actual contractors? Is that right?
Sorry?
So when you say the rentals driving sales, do you mean that like it's mostly rental agencies who are the end consumers, or a bigger percentage?
What I mean is when contractors come to rent the equipment, they have certain specifications that they're looking for to meet the demand of the project. So that encourages the turnover for the from the old equipment to the new ones.
Okay. All right. And Carlo has a feature article about that coming up soon as well, I believe.
Yes.
Not the next issue of the magazine, the one after that, I forget. We have quite a long lead time on the magazines, which means that I completely forget which issue anything is in by the time it gets published. So, and for that reason, we always sort of focus on quite long-term trends based on quite long projections. Okay, sorry, carry on.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the products that I've recently covered for the analyst choice section.
Sure.
Since building and do-it-yourself renovations are popular right now, I've decided to cover this PVC coated polyester mesh screen for door and windows installations because it's a particularly useful product for simple projects such as
the sort of thing you could install by yourself, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right.
And for machineries, I featured this electric chain hoist because for the longest time, safety has been the issue for construction workplaces, and this model has an IP rating and a thermal protection.
Okay, that's interesting. So it's maybe not so much the chain hoisting, but the safety aspect that you see as being the important trend.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And for automotive accessories, this battery-operated car deodorizer is a really wide coverage of 5 to 10 square meters and a large battery, which is I think it was a really standout feature among all the similar offerings.
Right,
I mean,
okay.
same products. And I'm gonna have a go at the consumer electronics as well, because that's another section of the website that I cover. This object
Yeah.
tracking phone holder should be in great demand right now because of the popularity of TikTok worldwide.
Oh, right, yeah, because before the tracking motion was maybe less important, but if you're dancing, then it needs to follow you around the room. So,
Yes, it also
Yeah.
has motion tracking as well.
all right, well, that's excellent. Thanks. Oh, go on. Sorry, do you have one more?
No, I think that's it.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm getting the the wrap up now signs held up to me off screen. So that means it's time to wrap up. So thank you to Avi and Carlo for sharing your insights with us today on the product trends and products to look for. If you, the audience, would like to see those particular products that you've just seen, or things also in the analyst choice, what you should do is go to globalsources.com. Go to the product vertical that you're interested in, and then just kind of scroll down a bit, and you will see all of the analyst choice selections. And they have write-ups, and you can see their specifications and contact their manufacturers directly via the website with a little instant messaging, which is always a good thing to do. Definitely worth signing up for an account as well, because it's free and it makes it easier to remember what you were doing and who you contacted previously. If you have any questions or comments about what you've just witnessed, please do get in touch. You can leave comments on YouTube or Facebook, and we'll kind of harvest them and reply to the ones we should reply to. And I noticed there were a couple of comments that had questions for some of our supplier guests, specifically about their one company. So we'll grab those and forward those questions to them as well. So what else do I need to plug? Oh yes, Fireside Chat. That is coming up on October the 23rd, the same time as this live stream. So it's 10 a.m. Hong Kong time, but just whenever you started watching this, that's when you should watch that. And the Fireside Chat is a kind of little get together for sourcing professionals like you to share their experiences and insights, things they've experienced recently, problems they've overcome, and share their knowledge and tips with each other. Goodbye, Avi, who's just disappeared. Goodbye, Carlo, who I think is about to just disappear any second now. And well, actually, this is the wrap-up segment. So goodbye to you as well, the audience. Thank you for watching us. Please join us again on the 23rd for the Fireside Chat, and join us this time next week on the 27th for the next round of Sourcing Talk with Suppliers. So from the Global Sources Nerve Center in Hong Kong. Goodbye.